Alright, hey guys, SpaceWolf here today, and you know what? It's a brand new channel, so I want to show off to you guys HearthStone. HearthStone is the Blizzard's newest trading card game, and I've been working on a Lightwell deck with the Priest. It's pretty strong, so I want to show it to you. I'm sorry, Light Spawn deck. So let's get right on into it. I'm going to show you a few games with it and see how you guys like it, and then afterwards we'll go over every card in it and everything else with it. So now as we get into the game, we're just going to be searching for an opponent. I know this is possibly a new game to some of you guys, and if it is, on my channel there is a beginner's guide to Hearthstone. I just kind of wanted to create it and see if it would help anybody. So let me know what you think of that. Otherwise, don't worry about it and just enjoy the video. So let's get right on into it now that we are playing a Mage. Alright, so out of our starting hand we got our Light Spawn, which is one of the keys to the deck. But then we also got a Lord of the Arena, which I don't really want. It's kind of risky, but we're going to keep it, especially if we're going first. It's a little bit risky, not a whole lot of low drops. We got an Inner Fire, which isn't bad. Well, let's see. Ooh, so not the best. We're just going to end the turn. I know mages tend to be pretty difficult to play against for really any deck, but especially like priest deck where the goal is to pull out really big creatures, at least the way I'm playing it, because it's just they can simply polymorph them and you're donezoed. So let's see. We could play our Frostwolf Grunt, but she's going to tap it and then kill it with a Fireball if she doesn't have anything else to play. So I don't really want to risk that yet. So we're going to pass the turn. And see, this is another part of the deck that I really like is he's a 2/7. We just use Inner Fire with him, and he immediately becomes a 7/7 for 5. Alright, so we got an Acolyte of Pain, which we can drop down, or we can start... I'm going to save this and see if we can get a turn 6 combo and put a 9/9 down on turn 6. So for now, we're just going to drop the Acolyte of Pain. We're going to end the turn. And it's really, the deck's not about being too worried at the beginning. It's a very late game deck, so you don't really have to worry about the aggro. You can heal, and that's one of the biggest reasons obviously you use it with the Priest, besides just the cards, is you can heal, which sustains you to the end game pretty well. So what do they got? Alright, so Frostbolt, so we are going to be able to draw a card off our Acolyte, which is a bummer that he just got it out right away. But then we use also the Voodoo Doctor, that's going to heal us up, and it's going to keep us pushing till late game. And now might be a good time to drop the Frostwolf Grunt. Just to try to mitigate any of that damage coming from that. You know what? We're going to drop... What do we want to do? Let's go here, heal ourselves up. Let's drop the Northshire Cleric. And let's drop the Frostwolf Grunt. And the reason I did drop the Frostwolf Grunt at the end is he is going to be trying to focus us down and get rid of everything. So even if he wastes a creature and a Fireball on this and then swings, let's say, at us for 3, he's going to be taking time to deal with this, which is going to allow us next turn to put out the Gurubashi Berserker and still have a little bit of board presence. A lot of Hearthstone is board presence. It's one of the biggest keys to the whole game is making sure your minions are on the field and stronger than the others. And he does something like that. Well, alright then. So now we can do one of two things. We can either drop our Gurubashi Berserker like we were planning and see if we can bait a Polymorph, which could be risky because if he polys it then we're in trouble. Or we drop a Light Spawn and try to bait a Polymorph as well. We're going to drop this, and we are going to end our turn, because next turn, if he doesn't kill it, it's going to become a 9/9, 11/11 that we are going to hit with right away. Okay. So it does look like it's going to live. I doubt he'll attack into it just because that would be silly. That's risky. Why would you do that? Because whenever this takes damage, it just gets +3. Yep. Alright. So he just gave me an 8/5. He did freeze all enemies. But he just gave me an 8/5 using that. That wasn't worth it at all. I guess he wanted to try to pump up the mana worm a little bit, but we're just going to get rid of that whenever we can. Ooh. Destroy a minion with attack 5 or more, so we're going to... See, now that he's already an 8/5, I want to let the mana worm get up one more attack, and then we'll just destroy it with Shadow Word Death. Not a big deal. We could drop the light spawn here as well, because now that he's past the use of Inner Fire, and he's already an 8/5, I kind of want to keep him alive because he's so strong, but I also want to bait... I want to bait a Polymorph. See if we can do this, heal him, and keep him around till the next turn. And if he plays a spell and bumps his Mana Wraith, we'll be able to take his Mana Wraith out next turn, double Shadow Word, or Power Word Shield onto... Okay, so there's 6 damage. He is going to be able to kill that, but he is going to pump this, which is going to let us take that out. We're going to give it +2/+2. Yeah, we're still alright. We're doing okay. Unless he does kill it here. Even if he kills it here, it's not a big deal. Okay. Perfect. Now we're just going to kill that with Shadow Word Death. And then we're going to heal our light spawn. Power Word Shield our light spawn. Pick up another light spawn. And then we're going to Power Word Shield him again. And now we have 7 damage going right through. If he doesn't get rid of it this turn, we're gonna drop that down next turn regardless. We're gonna be able to heal it, I believe, to an 8/8. Or he's at 1 life, 9/9, something like that. Not a big deal. We could mind control that. I'm worried though, because ooh, my favorite card in the whole deck. You know what? We are gonna do that. We're gonna mind control this. We're gonna bring it down. We're going to hit for another 7. We're going to end the turn. And the reason I did that is because if this was... He's not going to have... Now he has to deal with 2 creatures. Because even if he takes out a light spawn, it's not the end of the world. Because we still have a Temple Enforcer. And we still have an Inner Fire if we need to. And that'll bump him up to an 8/8 immediately. So it's still not a big deal. And we're still doing a ton of damage. 4 damage to every minion. Alright, so he may be able to wipe our board here anyways. Which could be a problem. Nope, he can't. Alright, so do we have to win? We can heal. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we need one more. One more and I'm pretty sure we'd have the win. Let's see. Alright, so that would put him to 6, 12. Nope, we do have the win. I think we do. Yeah, right here. 6, 12. There we go. All right, so that's the power of the light spawn deck. It's a unique deck. I know a lot of people are playing them right now. They're cool. It's just I don't think there's anything else you can say. They're cool decks. It's cool the way it works, and it's cool where you're balancing between the health and the attack of your minions, and just trying to bolster the health of them to switch it over and then have an equal attack health card for really low mana cost. Like as you saw, those 2 Power Word Shields were only 1 mana crystal per, but in putting them on, it was +2 health to each one. So when I put 2 of them on, that's +4 health, which then when I switch it to Inner Fire or use it on a light spawn, immediately gives it +4 attack. And I draw 2 cards off of it, and that's only a 1 mana crystal. Like I don't think you can get any better than that. So let's do another game and see if we can get another win. Look pretty nice. Alright, now, I did say Temple Enforcer was my favorite card, but I don't think we can use it this early off in the game, so we're going to get rid of it. I'm not sure how I'm liking the FrostWolf Grunt the more I look at it. It's just, against mages, it's super weak. It's super, super weak against mages, but we are going to drop that in, and then we're just going to end our turn. In the Northshire Cleric, there's no complaint. A 1 for a 1/3 would probably be in my deck regardless of if it had anything or not. That's super strong for 1 mana crystal. But the fact that whenever a minion is healed, I get to draw a card just makes it even better. So hopefully you play something down, we can attack, and then we can throw down a Voodoo Doctor and heal it up, pick up another card. It's exactly what we want now. That's pretty intense for a first turn drop. Whatever, not a big deal. We're going to drop down our FrostWolf Grunt. And as you guys saw in the last game, we're really just baiting to the end game. We're just waiting and waiting and seeing what we can pull. So when he's dropping clears, like the Soulfire, that early off in the game, that's not a big deal. Because it's just, that's not what we're concerned about at all, if that makes any sense. We're trying to get to the end game. So right now we got a risky situation. I say risky because if we kill that, this gets +1/+1, and I want to keep this. So let's do like this. 2, kill, 1, make him a 2/3. Perfect. We're going to drop this, heal. Done. So I know we're using a little bit of cards, or a lot of bit of cards on just this one little card, but now that he's a 2/4, still pretty strong. We're going to be able to withstand any hits from a flesh-eating ghoul, and that's a bummer. Now we're not going to be able to withstand that many hits. Let's hope we draw a Holy Smite. We didn't. Not a big deal. I don't want to sack that. He's just going to sack it for me next turn. Yeah, I'm not going to do it for him, so he's at least going to have to do it himself. So what he'll probably do is just tap out our Voodoo Doctor. This will pump up to 6, and it'll hit us directly with 6 damage, which it isn't the end of the world, but it's not like we want to really be taking that on turn 5. But I can't really see him doing anything else that makes any sense. So he's going to do that. We're just fighting to try to get our Lord of the Arenas in. I know he's holding. He definitely has removal somewhere in his hand. Oh, okay, that's a perfect draw. So we are going to silence his flesh-eating ghoul. Put John down to just a 2/1. We're going to heal up. I'm going to say thank you. Thank you. And then we're going to pass the turn. He either has to sacrifice either one of his creatures. At this point, he'll probably just sacrifice the flesh-eating ghoul because it's useless. And next turn, we're going to be able to drop down a Lord of the Arena, which is pretty nice. Especially when he's playing that. Oh, what? Why? I guess he wants the 2 damage instead of 1. But a 1/1 taunt that's just sitting there, it's better. I wouldn't have done that move. So we are kind of throwing this away because he is going to be able to kill it. But we do have another one in our hands, and I want to prevent damage. Because if I didn't play anything, we'd just be eating 8 damage, and that's too much to eat right now. We are getting a little bit, not into the worry zone, but we're at 24 life. I don't want to push it any farther, especially because I know he has removal in his hand, as we can see. And I know I don't have any win conditions yet sitting in my hand. So now he's going to trade that. Next turn, we still are going to put this down, and we are actually going to double. See, this is tricky. I'm probably going to double the Lord of the Arena's health, just because I want him. Ooh, Acolyte of Pain. Let's put this down. Because if we pull a Light Spawn, that's 20 damage if we pull a Light Spawn. Which is why I'm worried about doing this, but I want him to stay on the board another turn. I don't have the mana anyway, so it's not worth talking about. Hopefully we draw a Light Spawn next turn, otherwise we're just probably going to play the Acolyte of Pain, heal, and we are going to double his health if he decides to attack into it. And he plays 1 as well. That's never good. Okay, so let's see. We're going to drop the Acolyte of Pain. We're going to double our minion's health to 10. We're going to hit. We're then going to need to heal him. And we're going to pass the turn as he sits at a 6/6 and he's going to have to work a little bit to remove it, and I'm not going to try to remove his guy for him. I'm going to let him have to do it. Hopefully he doesn't have a power overwhelming in his hand. But you never know. Let's see his move. Olu, let's see our move. I love these clickies. So he's going to do that. I guarantee he has some form of removal. There we go. 3 damage to all characters. Gives us the Power Word Shield. This is a bummer. I really need a creature right now, seeing as we're sitting on nothing. We do have a removal. We obviously do have our heal. The removal will be used right there. I'm glad he's life tapping, means he has nothing else to play this turn. And hopefully we draw something decent. And we do. So we are going to Holy Smite that. We're going to drop our light spawn. As risky as it is. Then we are going to heal. Warlocks don't really have anything with charge. I know he's searching his hand already to see what he can take out. We're going to leave it. And next turn we're going to hit him for 14 if he can't get rid of it or can't do any damage to it. I'm sure he can because it's a Warlock deck. And there you go. There's 4 damage. I knew I should have just doubled his health immediately. Because sitting at a 1, he's almost basically useless at that anyways. What is your play? Okay. So there's the play. He is blowing a lot of his removal. Now it is late game, so he is taking out the creatures I need in order to win. Let's just hope he doesn't really have another creature to play, and he's going to life tap. He's running on 12. We got 16. Let's hope we draw something decent. And we draw another light spawn. So we're going to drop another light spawn. We are going to heal ourselves. And you know what? This time we are going to drop a Power Word Shield. And he knows we top deck that like a champ. So now that we are at 7, we're just going to sit and hope he doesn't have enough removal to get rid of that. And we hope he's not going to play anything too big. So we're going to be able to take it out with just our Shadow Word Pain, which is a pretty good card. Priest, the weakness to a Priest is anything with 4 attack. Okay, so it was a good idea that I did drop our Divine Spirit. I doubt he really wanted to end up dropping whatever card he just discarded. It was a Hellfire, I believe. I doubt he really wanted to get rid of that just because of how strong it is. Now, ooh, wow, he's dropping everything. And I think we're going to do the same. So we're going to heal him. We are going to Shadow Word Pain this guy. Get rid of that. We are going to Mind Blast him for 5. And then we are going to make him a big beefy 10-10. And we're going to have him bounce off that one right there. And hope he can live another turn so we can heal him up. And then ring a little bit of damage in next turn. But right now we're top decking. He's top decking. He's obviously going to life tap and see if he can pull a few more cards. But this is an interesting game. I don't like playing Warlocks for this reason. They end up getting way into the late game and they're tough to handle. So that is power overwhelming. He's going to be able to take out our light spawn. Which is unfortunate. Not the end of the world since he only does have a 2-2 and a 3-3 sitting on the board. Let's see what we draw. We draw an Inner Fire, which is completely and utterly useless. So we're going to heal. We're going to end up eating 5 damage at minimum this next turn. And it's not looking the best just because we cannot fill our hand at this point. But hopefully it turns out that we end up drawing one of our little slightly bigger creatures. Because our heal is only going to last us so long. So we draw a Northshire Cleric, which is fine. We're going to heal ourselves. And we are going to Inner Fire. And the reason I want to Inner Fire is because I want it to be a threat on the field. It's not a threat when it's sitting at a 1-3 at all. So even though it is blowing a card that probably shouldn't be used on that, I want to at least make it worth something while it is sitting on the field. So now it will still be able to take out either one of these two that if they attack with him. He'll probably attack me directly. Or he is going to trade. Alright. And now he's going to still be able to hit for 7 this turn. Which is not good. It's not looking good, but let's see what we can pull. We got a Shadow Word Pain. We really need that Shadow Word Death. Because I know he's getting well into his late game. And he does not have much sitting in the rest of his deck. So if we could have pulled a Shadow Word Death, taken out that, we would have a chance. But he's got a Power Overwhelming somewhere left in his deck. So he's going to get up to 7 for that. And this is going to be the game if we don't end up pulling either a taunt card, a substantial taunt card, or if we do not pull a Shadow Word Death, which even if we pull a Shadow Word Death, I think it still may be the game with 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be the game. We can heal all we want. It doesn't matter. We can burn the boar, but that is the game. So he does win it right here. Hopefully he just knocks us out really easy. But it's just one of those things. It's not always it's not a for sure win. This was a real late game, and Warlocks they have a lot of removal, and I just wasn't able to deal with his questing adventurer towards the end. Are you serious? You're not just gonna? You could just thank you. All right. All right. So you did see one win, one defeat. I still wanted to highlight the deck because I really do think it's pretty good and pretty cool. So let's get right on into it. Go into my collection. Hopefully it opens for me. Okay, good. Because I have had problems with it not opening. So we are going to run through the deck list really quick. We have 2 Holy Smites, deals 2 damage. We have 2 Inner Fires, which changes the health and attack of a minion to the same. We have 2 Power Word Shields. We have 2 Northshire Clerics, 2 Voodoo Doctors, 2 Divine Spirits, 2 Mind Blasts. One is a Golden Foily, all cool like. 2 Shadow Word Pains, 2 Frostwolf Grunts, which I'm not sure I like in the deck. 1 Ironbeak Owl, I just don't have another one right now. Shadow Word Death, 1 Acolyte of Pain, 2 Light Spawns, 2 Senjin Shield Mastaz, 1 Gurabashi Berserker, 2 Lord of the Arenas, 1 Temple Enforcer, and 1 Mind Control. One running quite a few 1-ofs, but they each have their own purpose, and they're doing pretty well in the deck. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the first video, and if you did, make sure to like, favorite, thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff. And until next time guys, SpaceWolf out.